Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Saturday. I'm just too excited not to come down and see these pieces. I really want to see the stuff in the engine bay. I'm glad I did because I've got to ream all these holes out to make the quarter turns push in and out smoothly. And then we'll see what else I can do. I need to smoke my taillights. I've got to get my hood sanded and buffed. I've got to get my fender sanded and buffed. I've got to get all that stuff installed on the front end as far as the grill, the lights, all that goes. I also got to sand and buff the grill and the front bumper and the rear fenders and get the bed on and get all that stuff tidied up and dialed in before the open house. Even though the truck will not be here at the open house, it will be at Dino's in our booth where we're going to debut it. Still won't have any other time to work on it other than Monday, Tuesday of this coming up week, and Monday, Tuesday, maybe a half a day of Tuesday leading up to our open house, because we're gonna have to start cleaning, getting this place dialed in and looking presentable for all you guys who are coming out for the open house, which don't forget, that will be coming up on the 13th. You definitely wanna be here to check that out. It's a fantastic time. There's thousands of people here. It's really unreal how many people come out here to check out the open house, and it is always a good time. So I'm gonna stop talking, get to work. I got a lot to do. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Welcome back. Let's get this video rolling. Okay, there you have it. The engine panels are on. Came out pretty dang cool, man. Chris over at Tray 5 really did a great job nailing what I had in my head. One thing I wish I would have thought about, well, I did think about it, but I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get some of these to seat in, but I think it's because of the high build primer, the amount of primer I put around all these little divots where these quarter turns go in. But other than that, they go in and come out pretty easily. That's really the only thing that I would have done differently. Probably would have been just to tape off all those holes, high build prime it, then block it all out and leave them in bare metal. And then when I seal it, obviously that would take care of the bare metal, but that would be the one thing I would have done differently if I could do it again. Other than that, yeah, it looks great. It's nice and smooth, easy to wipe down, hides the majority of the ugly underneath there. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good for a truck with 94,000 miles on it. It's a 93, so it's actually in really good condition considering, but I didn't want to pull the motor and dump a bunch of money into the engine, so I just pulled off the things you see, like I've mentioned previously, and just Cerakoted those things to make everything kind of go away. So yeah, it's perfect for me for a driver. That's really all this thing is. And I'll be moving on to the next thing, which is trying to find some fine line tape around here so I can maybe get the taillights and all that stuff prepped and ready to smoke those out next. Okay, so I mentioned earlier about smoking out the lights. These are the lights I'm talking about. So I just don't really like the way the orange and the red look against the color and against the black. So I'm gonna smoke all these probably a little heavier than the others. And then what I've decided to do on the taillights, I've done it quite a few times, but it's got this ugly edge on them. So what I usually do is I'll mask this portion off after I prep them, and I'll actually black this out, a border completely, and unmask it, and then I'll smoke the center of the light. That'll help the contrast against the color of the body, and then I can control keeping this a little bit lighter so it's not so dark. But it actually looks really cool. I'm a big fan of the OEM lights staying the way they are on these trucks, but in this particular case with the color combo of the truck, I don't think it's going to work very well. So I feel like this is the only option I have, is do this. I did order some aftermarket headlights that are black internals that look kind of smoked, so all of it should tie together pretty good and hopefully look okay. So that's what I'm doing now, is get all the stuff prepped and ready so I can get the stuff shot. Okay, so I got my lights all prepped, taillights prepped and masked. So this is what I was talking about with shooting the outer trim black. I don't really want to smoke them too dark, and I need the light to be dark enough on the outside to kill that ugly red contrast to the Porsche gray color. So who knows, I may not even like them and sand it all off and just smoke the whole thing, but I'm going to try doing it this way first. I've done it like this on a few trucks I've had before, and I really like the way it looked. So that's what I'm going to do. This little area here will get just blacked out completely, and then I'll unmask it, and then I'll go mix up some candy black and shoot all this stuff at once. Okay, we're back in here. So there's two ways you can smoke out parts. One I would say would be for somebody who's not as advanced with spraying material, and maybe somebody else who is. You can add the black to a clear base coat, which we're using DBC 500, so to make sure I had plenty of that down there. But you can add it to that, and it basically becomes a transparent black. And the more you add to your formula, the darker it's going to be. So you got to kind of play around with that. So if you have a customer that wants something smoked versus something blacked out, there is a big difference. Even if you black it out, you obviously still want to be able to see through it enough so that you can, when you hit your brake lights and stuff, that you can actually see the brake lights. The other way to do it is adding it to the clear coat. I actually like doing it that way better. The reason why is because when you use the base coat, as you put it on and it flashes off, you don't really get a true look at how it's going to be. Reason being is because it flashes off and it's dull. When you add it to the clear coat and you apply it in clear coats, you can see it turning and you'll know, okay, that's enough. I don't need to put another one on there, because sometimes, that's the beauty in it too, is depending upon how dark your batch of the candy black is how dark it will get for every single coat that you put down on top of it. With the clear coat, you know basically what you got right away, because then you're done clearing, or you go mix up some clear without the black in it and add another coat or two on top. I'm just trying to smoke them lightly, not trying to get too crazy, but hopefully I would say less than about 50% is kind of where I'm looking to do from where they are right now. so you can still kind of see what they are without really seeing what they are, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna make this up and show you guys what I'm talking about.
Think you got it all mapped out. Sound so self-assured when you talk about all the things you're gonna do. You gon' let the world make your dreams come true. What a shame I fooled you twice. Let you think you know it all.
Okay, we're back in the booth. One of the things I like to do prior to shooting it is know exactly how dark or transparent it is. You can always go darker, but you can't reverse the roll unless you want to make a big mess and clean it. So I'll just shoot it here first, see. It's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I'm going for. I just want to take the shock factor off this stuff, really. I actually have a set of marker lights that came with the headlights, but I'm not sure I'm gonna like those. So figure I might as well smoke those, or black them out, whatever you wanna call it, while I'm doing the rest of this stuff. This way, if I don't like them, it's done. I'll have to look back on this stuff and go, man, I wish I would've did that. And also, the mix may be a little different. The coat coverage may be a little bit different. So that's the other thing you wanna do, is you wanna make sure you shoot everything at once. And the other thing that I like to do is, if you'll notice, both of the taillights are in a row, along with the pieces I have, top to bottom for the grill, all of them for the roof lined up, and then the same with the ones that go in the rear fenders. This way I can coat everything in one motion. This way the color will be, or the tinting of the parts will be exactly the same on all of them. Also just left taillights like that before as well. And if you, I mean, in this particular situation, if you didn't own an OBS pickup, you would probably think the lights were just factory, but it really cleans up that edge. A lot of the Chevy taillights, they got that really ugly maroon red around the exterior of the light. And I always like to get rid of that because the black looks much cleaner, especially on a truck like mine where that contrast is going to really play off each other really well, and that's why I wanted to do that. And then of course, like I said, I'm just going to give them a light smoke, nothing crazy, just to take the edge off of them. Okay, that's gonna do it for today for me, for this Saturday. I'm glad I came in, knocked out a couple of things that actually took me more than I thought it was gonna take me, but since I'm heading to SEMA on Wednesday with Jeremy, I wanted to make sure that I got in here and knocked out a couple of things first. With that being said, there will only be one video this week, which is this video being filmed right now, because obviously I will not be here. I'll take a camera with me up there, but this will be the only video this week we'll be filming for and showing you guys until I get back. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna head home and hang out and enjoy my day off. Yeah, I'm definitely happy with how all these came out. Really, really, really good. Nice and smoked. Not too dark, just enough to take some of that color off. These look really good with that outer border. Okay, so it's Sunday, 3 days before I leave for Vegas for the SEMA show, actually 2.5 days. If you think about it, I leave Wednesday. I'm only coming in to do payroll Wednesday, make sure the guys are all set before me and Jeremy hop in the truck and head up to Las Vegas. The list is getting smaller, but the list is still a mile long. Got a lot to get done in a short amount of time and only have a couple of days when I get back to finalize anything that I didn't get done before we go. So here I am on a Sunday. Gonna try to get the grill buffed today, and we'll see where else today takes me. I got a lot to do at home as well, so can't stay too long, but if I can get one thing done today, it's one less thing I gotta get done tomorrow, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it's Monday morning. We got the bed on. Dylan's getting it all tightened up right now. While he's getting that thing tightened up, I'm gonna start sanding the front bumper so we can get that buffed. And then I'll move on to the fenders. And hopefully by the end of the day, we can get the bumper on, the grill on, and the fenders will be done. And then all that'll be left to do on the front end will be the hood. Okay, so I got the front bumper buffed for the dually. I got the fenders just about masked up. But before I start sanding and buffing those, I got some other parts in the booth for the 6400 that are ready for primer. That would be the front bumper, the front and back splash pan. So I'm gonna go in there and get that stuff cleaned up and get it primed, and then come back out here and get back on the dually.
All right, everybody. We got the grill off Steven's 6400. And we got a little issue. Got some rust in there, a few spots. I mean, truck's like 80 years old, so what do you expect? So I'm gonna cut the rust out, make a new piece of metal, weld it in, a little epoxy it, bodywork it, and boom, be back on the truck and better than ever.
Okay, back in the booth with another set of parts for the 6400. Victor was able to get all these grill pieces straightened out and body worked. This one had to be welded. This is the one Dylan fabricated the little pieces for and did the rust repair on real quick. So all this stuff's ready to go, clean, hung, ready. I'm gonna go mix up some primer and knock this stuff out real quick. All right, I got one fender buffed, one to go. Dylan's finishing up, getting all the lights working right now. I'm very hopeful by the end of the day I'll have both fenders on the truck laid out, and be working on the hood, which will be the last piece I have to sand and buff. Once everything's together and every piece is on the truck, I'll have to go around and do a final paint correction on it. But as far as the actual initial sand and buff, 2 pieces left, the hood and the other fender. Mr. Slaps here has the C10 bed for Larry buffed about 90%, 95%. So we're gonna take it over to the lift, rack it up, and get it masked up so we can get it prepped for bed liner underneath. Then after that, we'll finalize the inside, send it next door to go on the cab or the frame, and then we'll finalize everything all at once for the last time once it's all finally together. Let's go. All right, so we got more progress done on Steven's truck here. Got the front bumper body worked and primed, got the grill pieces all body worked and primed. Slowly getting everything together. Our next plan will be to get the rear bumper dialed in, and then we're gonna need to get the bed back on the truck so we can check the fitment of the running boards. And then we'll have to body work those. We're gonna need that all together in order for us to do that, just to make sure the gaps are right and everything looks properly. But it's coming along, it's looking really good. Yeah. All right, we got Tim's bed in the booth for epoxy primer. First thing in the morning, we'll get that made up and get this thing shot. And then as soon as we can get Larry's bed off the lift, we'll get this one on the lift so that we can prep the bottom side for epoxy as well. The plan is next week to have this bed back over at Tray 5 on the chassis for this truck, and also to have Larry's bed final buffed, bed line underneath, and back over there as well to put on that chassis. So the guys got a little bit of work ahead of them. I am gonna be off for the next couple of days. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the last video we will have this week because I'm about ready to hop in the truck with Jeremy and head up to Las Vegas for the SEMA show. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week on the next episode.